And welcome back. It's Achilles and Apple here to guide you guys through the last two series of the evening. Coming up next, we have the Hangzhou Spark going up against the Seoul Dynasty.
Shanghai Dragons in Poker Face as well. So interesting last couple of games here, and it will be tough to follow up what we just had. A 5-mapper, a bit of an upset as well. Charge, one of the best teams from the first stage, ends up losing out to Panthera, who themselves actually, you know, had a little bit of early struggles, but I think upgraded their roster, and the results show it.
And by transitive property, that means that the Dynasty better than the Guangzhou Charge because they beat Chengdu Panthera, right? I think that's how that works. Anyway, I like the actual completely coordinated outfits that we kind of have going on here without any conversation about it whatsoever. You got the palm trees.
We've done this a few times. It's been good.
It's just sometimes it's just happenstance. For me, it's just I'm ready to go on my honeymoon. I'm leaving in 2 days. I'm going to Cancun. It's going to be great. So I'm already dressed for the occasion, but I'm also ready to get into the action between these two squads because obviously Hangzhou Spark, bit of a rough beginning to this side of the split, given that they've got 3-0 by the side of the Seoul Infernal, but still were able to answer back, win the showdown, fighting a 3-0 of their own. Dynasty, though, it's been pretty rough. Again, the victory is there over Chengdu Panthera, but otherwise it's been pretty unstable, let's just say.
Yeah, I think they still definitely have a few things to work out here. And, you know, Spark, they at least, I think, still hold on to a lot of good favor from the results from the last stage. And Spark themselves, you know, they won the showdown, left a bit to be desired versus the Infernal, but that just might be because Infernal is the best team currently. So, you know, it might just be that the Infernal is so much better than everyone else, and Spark still might be better than everyone else below that. So, and that will be a pretty big test for the Seoul Dynasty because, you know, as you mentioned, we're looking for a little bit more out of that team. From the Hangzhou Spark, same 5, looking good, expecting good results today.
Yeah, I mean, big turnaround performance compared to, you know, when they were going up against Infernal. Definitely didn't really look like themselves. Granted, Infernal were also playing out of their minds. So, not the most shocking result, but certainly not one you want if you're on the side of the Hangzhou Spark. So, given the struggles of the Dynasty so far, if you are cheering for the Spark, then you're very much cheering for and expecting a pretty clean match here to go their way.
I think Spark is still likely a top team in this region. I think one loss to Infernal doesn't quite ring the alarm bells, and in that particular game, though, they did look like they were on struggle street. Everyone on the Infernal was kind of outskilling their counterparts on the Hangzhou Spark. But, you know, looking forward, I know you look at this roster, it's still extremely stacked, and another week of practice for the Spark, as they haven't really had to change too much in terms of what their expertise in the meta is. They get to play mostly the same things. My big interest today is to seeing if the Hangzhou Spark will play a little bit more Echo, because it seems like Echo's become flavor of the month in League. Well, he's got a pretty damn fine Echo on his hands. On the Seoul Dynasty, if there's going to be an Echo player, it'll come through from Profit. But hold on a second. There is a new member on board. Is it a new member? Maybe it's a returning old member.
Yes, it is. Obviously, this announcement didn't take too long to come through once he became available, but Vinheim is going to be back alongside his cohorts here on the Seoul Dynasty. So they say, hey, Vinheim's on the market again. We're going to snatch that boy up once more. He's back,
his jersey's still there.
Us.
They don't have a new photo of him. They could have used the old photo, but unfortunately, the old photo doesn't have the repeating Seoul Korea ad nauseum going about 50 times in the shirt, so they have to get him one of those. But you know what? Welcome back, Vinheim. I think Vinheim had a really good year last year, an incredibly good year on the Seoul Dynasty. So a return home and hopefully a return to form as well.
Yeah, and we'll have to just wait and see. I think, you know, sometimes you have it where it's going to take a little while to kind of get that reintegration, get back on the same page with all the teammates. But at the same time, you can also see where you come back in and it just fits like a glove, you know? Just smooth re-entry back into the roster. We'll see which one it's going to be, though, as we get into this, and whether or not it's going to take maybe a map or two to really get the juice flowing there. I'll have to just wait and see, because I mean, so far, Dynasty have been strong on control. They're 2-0 on this side of the split, but we'll take a look first at some comparisons between Profit and Leave.
It's so close. They're basically neck and neck in terms of the Tracer statistics, and traditionally two of our best Tracer players in this particular region. Last year, Profit, I think, firmly held on to GOAT status. He was amazing last year on the Tracer. Still is incredibly good this year, but I think a lot tougher competition across the board with so many good Tracers on every single team. It's been a pretty standard truth that we've had, I think, in both regions across the Overwatch League. So Really hoping for some good Prophet versus Leave Tracer battles this time around, especially now that's, you know, given 2023, Leave's surrounding team is much better than his surrounding team was last year. So Leave versus Prophet in this year, 2023, much better than what we had last year.
Well, looks like Lijiang Tower going to be our first map here in the set. Then we'll move on to Nimbani, Dorado, New Queen Street if we can get to push, and then Oasis if we get another 5 mapper, because we certainly weren't expecting one in the last series, but we ended up getting it with that upset win. Honestly, for the Dynasty, maybe it becomes less of one, given that Vinheim is back into this lineup, and you can expect that Krillin is not going to be playing main support.
Exactly.
But I think this still would be a bit of an upset, just given what we have seen so far from the Dynasty.
And I'm wondering how Krillin goes about this as well, because he kind of has to do a pseudo role swap back over towards his previous position on the flex support. He was playing main support while they had Lee Min on this roster, who recently got released. Due to bring in Vinheim back in. It'll be Vinheim's first time playing with Easy Han and Bellasaria as well. So, you know, a couple pieces from last year's Seoul Dynasty are now back in form, with a few other new pieces that have to still try to be worked around for the Seoul Dynasty in terms of upping their results. And I think every single new member to this roster is building just that much more depth. And see that ends up being true as we head on over to Control Center. Ryan Kopp from the Seoul Dynasty, Ram for the Hangzhou Spark.
All right, well, let battle commence. Shy is just going to be there with that Sojourn. Shield raised on both sides. Walls already being burned. Fire Strike through. Not going to be getting too much of a connection there. So Bellasaria not finding too much towards that charge. Meantime, though, Krillin going to be taken down. Shy finding the first snipe. Goes away in that Nemesis form. Punches his way through Easy Han. Finding 2 eliminations so far here from the side of the Hangzhou Spark. Everybody being kept alive by the Immortality Field. It's going to be the cleanup and the first fight victory going over to the boys in pink.
And usually I would be so much more in favor of the Simcom coming into these, I could say, pseudo mirrors here. Obviously it's Ram versus Ryan, but still a brawl matchup. When you look at Shy though, he was probably the best Sojourn player in 2022, the debut of Sojourn, so no surprise that Shy would instantly go over towards that hero. Finding value, Thirst Blood. Easy Han's going to stick over towards the Sim for a little while longer, build up towards ultimates.
Slow through, Bellasaria chunk down below half HP. Immortality Field going to be used. This way, able to finish that one off. Trade it out on the opposite side. Pressure on both of these tanks, but it is going to be Bellasaria who ends up falling. Gushway still alive in the fight, but has to backpedal as quickly as he possibly can. 23 HP, manages to make his way out of there. Leave the only casualty so far here from the Hangzhou Spark. Easy Han, he's crossed over onto the high ground. Photon barrier available. Invests that one now here into the fight. Turns the sights over towards Gushway, trying to peel the back line. And with the help of Bellasaria, he will be able to take him down. Rather, it's Prophet who helps come up with that kill. He's still out in front, though, towards that Blizzard, but seems like he's not going to be able to build it up in this fight. Just has to hightail it out of there, so the rest of the team is cleaned up. Dynasty now on the board.
Interesting decision by Monk, honestly, because the Photon Barrier was already dropped by Easy Han. You're thinking from Monk's POV, if you play the window now, you're just shooting directly into the shield. If you want to break the shield quickly, I say quickly, it's still a massive shield. Maybe that is the correct play, but just didn't really seem like it was really going to work out.
In Shy taken down. Some revenge for Krillin found. Takes the overclock out of the mix here. A bit longer, but Hangzhou Spark starting to occupy the point. Contest does come through. He's for a brief little moment. Vinheim doing his best, but it's going to be forced back there by Gushway. And once again, getting ready to come in. Bulls are now going to be invested on either side. Bellasaria takes the charge, gets himself out to safety. Langza and Vinheim both going to be dropping those beats to try to keep everybody alive through the freezes. So far, no one going to be eliminated. Gushway trying to play up front, trying to get some damage across the Annihilation. Still rolling. Pin not quite going to get the hit. Turn on the flank. Shatter drop down, but no. The line of sight was denied. Do not get stunned to the floor. Easy Han now going to be the elimination coming through here as Hangzhou Spark still leak the split. Overclock rolling. Bellasaria on a sliver of HP. Has to go for the reload, so manages to find it, but Krillin comes in from behind to go ahead and get the punish on the Shy. Flip this in. Hangzhou Spark now in control. Dynasty only able to establish about a 12% lead. Still looking to win this fight. Out to get a quick flip. With Bellasaria down and rejoining. Have to just wait a little bit longer, so Hangzhou Spark should be able to grab this.
A really critical kill onto Bellasaria, but now comes a retake. Seoul Dynasty in position. They have the double shields drop down again if they want to. I say the double shields, it's Photon Barrier and the Game Matrix. Speaking of which, Bellasaria sends a fly strike straight through.
Oh, and Gushway is just so very low. The healing throughput from Langza alone is just not going to be enough. He ends up getting taken down into the ice block, goes leave. He'll be dead after he exits it. Managed to stretch this up a bit further here, just buying as much percentage as they can, but it looks like 81% is going to be where it lays. Seoul Dynasty now back in control.
Yeah, and it's the Photon Barrier plus Matrix combo that's so hard for the Hangzhou Spark to deal with, because this time around Monk's going to do the smart thing, not going to play his own Matrix into it. There's no point. Not really do much. You have to kind of vacate the point, hope you don't just get annihilated by the double damage. And Bellisria multiple times now has been able to snipe a player straight through that window with the fire strike.
Sniping. Shy able to find Vinheim seemingly before the wall might have come up. Either that or he was off on the flank. That's Lucio.
Double damage rail.
The equation here. Way getting a little lower and lower. Krill will be able to take him down, but it's going to be an exchange there on the tanks. Monk now finding a second kill as Easy On will also fall. Blizzard committed again by both sides. Prophet coming away with 2 more kills. Gets the headshot on a Shy. He's really looking to extend this one and also has the ice block. So it's Dynasty holding it now to 99%. Vinheim pulls the trigger. Sound barrier and shields up 3. The pushback here just looking to boot Monk away from this high ground. Knock him off the side of the map. Can't do it, but now he's going to be corralled into the corner. Immortality field use. He's just getting juggled around by Vinheim. Completely denies him the exit. Kills through. Now Skushway alone here on the point. Annihilation is going to be used. Just looking for a target. Has to raise the fist to try to keep himself protected, but there's just only so much that he can do. Mortality field taken away by Krillin, but also has that window set up. The fire strike finds lead. The Shatter's still ready to go. Might just have to pull the trigger here to try to lock down this Lucio. Wall in,
down again.
Isolated, take him down. Shatter finds Monk, making sure that Kiriko cannot play elusively, and yep, that'll be the closeout here as the team kill comes through. 181% Dynasty taking control center.
What a clutch back by Prophet on that May as we saw that double kill come through, the right click, especially on the headshot. Insane, and Vinheim says, we have enough players, we can do this, just the 2 of us, why not? Place the sound barrier in there, Lynx responds. The aggression from Vinheim as well, you just see him chasing down Monk, booping him around. I think this might be, is this the play itself? We'll figure out if this is the one where he kind of clutches up, but Gooshway spent a lot of this game dead for sure. I mean, it's been a tough game for Gooshway so far. A lot of aggression from not just Vinheim, but usually Bellisria, not shy at all at just being able to get into the back line, charge in, find those pin kills. Saw a cheeky little TP pin play as well. And Seoul Dynasty went towards the Hangzhou Spark spawn. So some creativity from the Dynasty here as well as they take away our first round and takes another Gardens in what is just going to be a pure Winston dive minute.
Getting bullied up a little bit there, but more so on the opposite side as the anti-nade from Krillin managed to find 2. Lynx gets taken down at the back of that one. Gooshway able to stay alive. Already good tempo set here from the side of the Dynasty as they look to get this initial lockdown for themselves. Lynx is just now respawning and getting ready to run back, but space is bought. This is the point coming through here. Cap is in. Hangzhou Spark just have to wait. They have to play this out patiently rather than try to deny the cap.
Hangzhou Spark now rotation over towards white. Not a lot of damage done in that opening fight there as well, so really slow going here. At least they do get a translocate, an instant frag of the Easy On. That's a nice follow-up.
Very nice scoop. Shy now can very much take a lead from here. He's already up by a decent little bit. Finds himself up 50% towards that EMP. Prophet falling low, but we find him recalled out here as Bellisria is going to be anti, just trying to backpedal as best as he possibly can. Then he's well put away at Krillin. With all the healing throughput that he's got at the moment, that does give him a slight little lead here towards his nano, but now Prophet's going to be found. Monk will find that elimination. Breaking things open as the recap going to be coming in. Nice see up to 35%. Nano's still going to be committed here on the Bellisria. He manages to make use of it, finding legs and now taking down Monk. Both supports out of the equation here. Dynasty very much want a quick reflip back into their favor. Pulse bomb in though. Krillin going to be taken down. Vinheim still standing strong. Gooshway antied. Krillin able to find that nade in his dying breath. Helps set up for the kill, and now the flip is back through. Once more ticking up. Hangzhou Spark only able to find 15%.
Monk was 5% away from the nano boost as well. That was really unfortunate. Missed the sleep dart of the Bellisria. And a very, I think, clutch play coming through from Krillin to find the nano just in time. He also Bellisria. Bellisria instantly converts into a kill in Seoul Dynasty. Taking that point back. Shy though, early on the EMP. Really nice kill to Bellisria.
Answering EMP though does find Monk, so there could be a support tank trade, but now Prophet gets taken down as well. Leave coming through. Just melt him down. Point still being contested here from the side of the Dynasty. Rally rolling within him.
Oh, Vinheim
shield
gone.
bash and Langs it just helps destroy him alongside Shy. So no value going to be found off the back of that ult. Bellisria rejoining, recycled back into the spawn room.
Now Spark gets to really get away with this EMP into the rally play. Spark didn't even have to burn the nano there. Decent frag by Leaf. He played the pulse bomb in an earlier fight, which I thought was a little bit ill-placed because, well, they already lost the fight in Spark, setting the pulse bomb anyway. And here, the Hangzhou Spark, they're in control of the point again. Leaf's building up to another pulse bomb. Shy still ahead of Easy Han. Things are looking on the up for Spark to win this next fight and equalize 70.
And the damage spells through the Primal, not going to be swayed by that anti-nade. Moves back over to Thorian with the rest of the squad, though. Still firmly in the lead at 70%. Also from Gooshway, but jumps back as he gets hacked. Now looks to re-aggress, but
he's got to be careful, man.
Oh, so much damage. Down to 110. I mean, Monk will be somewhat happy with that. At least get some extra charge towards that next nano boost that Krillin has in his pocket at the moment. Prophet looks for a target for this pulse bomb to land on. Has to use the recall. The dive comes in. Velasria nanoed up. Does find that kill. Lengths are taken down as well once more. Both supports gone, but now Binham Prophet also going to be traded back. A 2-for-2 overall, but without supports here. How good is the staying power from the side of the Hangzhou Spark?
Not really good enough, I
now
think.
established from the side of the Hangzhou Spark. EMP committed to the fight by Easy Han. They instantly find Shy. Leaf dashing forward. Wants to extend this as much as he possibly can. Buying a little bit more percentage here for them, but eventually he's going to have to exit, you would suspect. But now Gushway is back into the mix. Pulse Bomb Stick comes in. Prophet shuts him down. Finds Leaf to boot. And that should be the flip guaranteed as Prophet comes up with a free K.
Extra 2 ultimates being spent, though. Seoul Dynasty had to eventually play extra resources. The EMP would have been enough, but they also get a Pulse Bomb out of Prophet as well. That's decent from the Hangzhou Spark, as they also push up towards 85. And for a team that didn't have any supports, that is not bad in terms of extra time percentage points on the actual cap itself. On a fight territory now for the Seoul Dynasty, but a flip from the Hangzhou Spark would put it in there to own 99. Shy for the second time now has found the same translocator spot.
Just waiting for it, but 99% established now here for the side of the Dynasty. No walls on either side. Rallies damn close for both the Briggs. Prophet being kept alive here. Krillin would love to get this nano online as well. It's got a nice little stretch lead over Monk in that regard. Hack into the back line though, Krillin under a bit of fire. Looks like Vinham comes to the rescue. Now has the rally ready to roll, and he's going to pop it. Looking for a target to try to get that shield bash across, get that stun through. But now, space conceded from the side of the Hangzhou Spark, playing back in a white room, and Prophet goes into on the chase. Ling's going to be taken down. That's the rally out of the equation.
Gone.
Monk is well dead. Gushway taking a nap. Leave with a pulse bomb. It needs to be massive, but it finds nothing. We'll be able to just go ahead and pulse pistol down Krillin for an elimination with a pulse bomb on the opposite side. The primal rolling. They are able to clear the point, and that is going to be the Dynasty picking up a 2-0 victory here on Lijiang Tower.
You just see the Hangzhou Spark struggling to keep the supports alive, especially in that last fight as well. But overall, the Lijiang Tower, it's Monk on 9 deaths, Links are on 8 to Krillin's 4, and Vindame on 3. Some decent frags from Shy and Lee, but ultimately, a couple of fights. There are many fights we saw. Hangzhou Spark, 1 support down, 2 supports down. It's the tank and DPS alive, but only limited mileage you can really do with that. And in this short amount of time that we have seen like 3v3s, 4v4s, or any low number battles between these two teams, Dynasty still at least have 1 support alive, and the Spark just don't have anything. So, unfortunate situation there. Close second round there, 85 to 85 at one point, but Seoul Dynasty wants to get the flip. Extra expenditure of an EMP and Pulse Bomb, maybe, but it'll be enough to finish things off.
Science said Seoul is not a cat, they are a tiger, which if we want to be pedantic about it, we could make the argument. But either way, they're playing like a damn tiger, that's for certain. The claws have come out right off the rip, and they maintain a perfect record so far in this half of the season on control maps. But does that extend over into hybrid, or will Hangzhou Spark find their footing? We're going to find out when we come back from the break, so don't go anywhere. And we are back. The Dynasty able to take down the Hangzhou Spark with a relative ease 2-0 to begin things on Lijiang Tower. Now we get ready to go to Nimbani for our hybrid map to see if Hangzhou can go ahead and even the score.
Really good look for the Seoul Dynasty. Glad to see Bindime popping off as well. I mean, it's not like you're seeing him with a kill feed, but certainly the impact is there. He's staying alive, assisting in kills, running down the supports on the opposite side as well. And beyond that, I was honestly quite impressed with Belisaria's Rhine on that control center as well. Had a lot of impact, really put the pressure down on the Hangzhou Spark in their face with the hammer at all points. So now as we head into map number 2, I think no matter what, Seoul Dynasty already proving that they can go toe-to-toe and even best the Hangzhou Spark, and that is a pretty big improvement compared to what we saw last week.
I was struggling to read this one. Luckily, Unknown came in to tap me on the shoulder basically and explain what I was reading. Weekends, boy or man, Changshik. I was like, what does this mean? It means he's the man of the weekends. Because I guess if anyone didn't know, Changshik has got approval to actually be back on the broadcast. So he didn't have to retire from casting after all, which is great. Thank you, Korean military, for allowing us to keep him on the Korean side of things. But yeah, we'll focus up now and get ready to go into map number 2. But you can see, I mean, it feels like for the first time in a long while, I mean, I guess you could include the Panthera series, but it's been a while since we've seen big smiles on the faces of the Dynasty players.
Especially Belissaria is really feeling it right now, and he's had some pretty tough games in the past, and well, currently, he's got to be the man to step it up because this meta is going to be all about the Winston play, of which he'll be the one piloting, so unlikely to see Void unless we get a Circuit Royale, which is not on board today. So Nimbani is going to be another very dive favorite map, but you know, I made the question in the pregame for this particular series and future series as well, but maps like Nimbani, very Echo favored, I would say, and so now the question comes through to Hangzhou Spark. I think Lee will come on towards the Echo, Shy on the Tracer. We've already seen them do that on Leos. Haven't really seen Dynasty play much of the Echo so far this year, and yeah, that's going to come down to Prophet's Echo with Easy Han Tracer. So, Easy Han has, we've seen a little bit of Easy Han Tracer in the past, but still not his real signature, not really his main type of hero. And for Prophet, he's had a good Echo. He's had a really interesting history with the hero. Started out struggling on that on the initial release, started to then be on that prove of the hero, but I don't think he ever reached the heights that Lee did on Echo.
I don't think that's unfair to say either. We'll see if it actually does come into play, but you can see it right now. Leaf getting ready to come out the gates with it, and this could force a swap from the side of the Dynasty unless Easy Han can really just continuously hack him out of the sky, but expecting Leaf to be playing off on that cliffside flank.
I think on A point, you can definitely get those hacks. There's a lot of high ground areas. Easy Han will get the extended scouting report here as well. So, plenty of these battlements type of areas like where Easy Han is standing gives you the height required to get the manual hacks onto Leaf. Have confirmed the type of composition. Hangzhou Spark have now also confirmed the composition of Seoul Dynasty. Once you see the Sombra, you know they're playing standard.
Not much ambiguity about that one. And so here goes Leaf, getting ready to go off onto that flank. A cross over towards the left side. Looks like he's going to have Shy alongside him here on the low ground as well. Jump up, sticky bombs, looking for the kill here. Just try to execute Vinheim, but actually it's going to be Easy Han who does find that first kill. Leaf taken down. Out of the skies, point occupied for a brief little moment here at least by Shy. Kushui off screen somewhere, just getting ripped to pieces.
Oh, what a
Sleep Dart connects. Nicely done from Krillin. That's it for the kill. Kushui still a sliver of HP. I mean, Belisari, you kind of tell that he really desperately wants to dive in and try to get this execute, but it's just too risky.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to see Belisari feeding that sort of position. That would be A point likely over, at least 2 ticks gone. Seoul Dynasty ended up defending against a dive pretty comfortably. We didn't see Shy being part of the dive. I think I just saw Gushui and Leave landing on end. Leaves dropped in at least some stickies, but got hacked out and killed by Easy Han. So Easy Han, as we expected, is the only member that can really do anything about Leave, and they'll have to continue being the one to hack Leave out of the skies if they want to shut him down.
I'm just occupying that left side high ground. For the dive perhaps here already. Krillin making his leap from the high ground, still under fire, taking a bit of damage. Belisari comes in to try to protect. Shy looking for a target as well. Point contested, no tick up coming through quite just yet here for the side of the Spark. Now that has been cleared out, you can start moving up. So first tick looking like it's going to be guaranteed. They do go ahead, lock that one in. Easy Han onto the high ground, deciding which target he wants to go for, what the call is going to be.
You can get both.
Supports hovering nearby, I do believe it. Yep. He goes across. Monk not taken down. They're not able to find the elimination. It comes in. Shy nearly falling as the Nano goes across here on to Leaves. Looking for a target. Will be able to take down Prophet. It's going to be a trade out here on these Tracers. Second tick now getting ready to come through. Belstria, the Primal, expired. Now needing to go ahead and try to contest this point. The Nano going to have to be invested just to making sure that can happen somewhat safely. Just diving forward, rally out from Langsa. Van Haim low, pops his own to try to keep them in this fight. Sleep Dart onto the tank. Belstria going to be taking it out. Gushway nearly up to his own Primal, and Belstria cannot get out to safety. Getting tagged down. Monk finding that kill. Pulse bomb out from Prophet. Will be able to find Monk on the back end, but the kills, the HP bars is coming through here from the side of the Hangzhou Spark. They clean him up. They get the cap. It's just shy of 4 minutes down the timing.
Decent amount of, I think, stall from the Seoul Dynasty, but just lacking the ability to actually get that retake in there with Belastria down. No further ultimates. If the Vindane rally isn't going to be enough to carry them through, and it wasn't, that's unfortunately going to be the Seoul Dynasty bowing out of the A defense. And the more unfortunate part is they couldn't force the Primal or the duplicate either. If they had a better fight there, they force the extra ultimates and they still lose. That's probably at least better on the resource side. But now Spark, look at the snowball a little bit further out from their A cap, which did encounter some difficulties, but once Leave started to get some frags and the Seoul Dynasty started to lose their backline, things got real tough.
Trying to get some semblance of control here. Stop the card in its tracks, but Van Haim going to get cleaved down. Gushway finding that kill, and Krillin's getting juggled all the way back over to the spawn room. Narrowly able to exit, but you can see just how deep they are. Belstria manages to find one, though, peeling off Leave to get rid of him, but now it's going to be traded out. Gushway also finds Prophet, so overall a trade up here for the side of the Hangzhou Spark, who are just very much gliding forward. Have not had any opposition whatsoever. And it comes down to stopping this cart in its tracks, and it looks like they might just be able to get beat for relatively for free. Belstria having to play forward. Cross. For the time being, but the pulse bomb from Shy takes him down. Now just 0.41 meters left to go. Then him as well going to fall to the sticky bombs. Shy recalls back up to the cart where the cap comes in. It's now 4 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah, ran out of time there. Krillin didn't have the Nano. That's what they really were missing. Belastria correct the dive on in. He's the only one that can really stop the payload, but the survivability just is not present because no Primal yet, no Nano yet. The Nano would allow Belastria to get the Primal assault, and then Seoul Dynasty are in a position to actually be able to defend B. But the Spark had made too much distance, the Seoul Dynasty just weren't able to stop the payload at any point. So all these ultimates that are coming online now, it's upsetting because these are the ultimates that could have been used for B, but they just didn't have them.
Monk taking down Prophet once again. We'll find him there with that pulse bomb lead now eliminated. So big trade up here for the side of the Dynasty who start to find some kind of foothold. Locking the cart here just in front of the final corner. Shy going down, that's going to force a reset. Able to answer back any kills, but this is going to be a very long hold from the side of the Dynasty if they want to deny this full cap, this full push rather coming through. Now you can see Hangzhou Spark changing it up.
The Seoul Dynasty as well made that one really cheap, and you expect the Seoul Dynasty were going to be able to have something good to show for this portion of C, especially early on. The 4 ultimates, only one of which is used, and the cheapest one as well on the pulse bomb. Speaks good for their ability to now be able to get a bit more on this defense, especially with the Leave and Shy swap. We know those are 2 fresh ultimates now. So no one's got any ult charge. They've now confirmed the Nano availability on Monk. Still waiting for the EMP from Easy Hunter. That's the big ticket.
The more time they can spend without having to commit it, the better. But Leave now going to be nanoed up. Goes into the back line alongside Gushway. Just looking to put the pressure down onto Van Haim. Most they can do is get him down to about half HP, but as soon as the Nano expires, they manage to just turn that one around. Leave taking down Shine out dead as well. Hunt can just continue to hold on to the EMP. Not going to be necessary unless he wants to use it here for tempo, but I think you definitely want to save it for a team fight. Pulse bomb perhaps committed to Prophet as he dashes forward. There's the stick. Kill not going to be found though. Got Gushway instead.
It's another 1 pulse victory, and the pulse this time wasn't even really part of the fight when Seoul Dynasty mostly get that one through the neutral itself. So they still just hold on to every other ult they had previously, plus the extra rally now. I've just got to be a little bit careful here. It's actually Shy zapped down.
Belstria of all people, just like they're not flying down the cart against the opposition's tank. Just manages to hound him down, finds that kill. Pulse bomb in, rally now going to be used. Van Haim to keep him alive, and Langs is going to be matching on the opposite side. Still not found of that pulse. This Dynasty can continue to hold, and they continue to hold on to the CMP, where Easy Hunt right now looking like he's going to be on the hunt. Gonna find some positioning here of Langs. EMP full can't get around the corner to deny that line of sight. Ends up falling. Prophet are going to be traded out. Leave finding that kill. Still need more though to try to get this cart moving. It's just stuck on this last little corner.
Well, then he's Shy.
To hold the line. Answering EMP now coming through. Nano's out. However, Krillin just amplifying Van Haim, trying to keep him alive. Belstria in the meantime managing to find Monk. Right breaks down that back line and stops the Nano from coming through from Spark. Now it's just 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining.
It's just so hard because Krillin's playing so far back. He's got the Nano boost available. Whoever you EMP, then that target is going to be Nano, which was Vindane. So, Seoul Dynasty, I mean, they've just had so many resources to play with, and both translocators in the same spot here. Shy will maybe go for the kill on the translocator to allow the Spark to find this. Otherwise, just wait for EasyHunt to teleport back. The time is running out. Less than 1 minute to go now. Just an Nano to play through realistically.
Backline, Gushway. Puts the pressure on to Krillin. Now, sights turn to Vinham, out into the open. Krillin's on the way, can't get that healing through. Prophet just goes to the backline, and he finds both supports. Monk again, not gonna get to use his Nano. And maybe not even for the rest of the map. The translocate comes in, Shy. Narrow, escape from him. Gushway dead with the final 20 seconds, the final reset. Shy needs to get the hell out of here, but they are chasing through. They know exactly where he's at. He didn't have a preset translocator. Just trying to exist, trying to stay alive. He'll start coming through from the low ground. Monk keeps him in the mix.
Very important. If Shy dies there, I think it would have been disastrous if Shy went down. Same for Leave here. He's lost his recall. So who's going to go for the touch? Shy already has it. Gushway next. So a lot of ultimates online for Spark. They have a shot to finish, but it will have to happen in the OT. And if they don't get some good kills now, Vindame and EasyHunt will also have these ults online.
Well, there's one. Leave coming up with the kill. Prophet's going to be eliminated. Belstria as well, under fire. He needs to be careful because that EMP, that pulse bomb, those could both lead to his demise. EasyHunt going to be picking it up. The EMP now coming across. They look for Vinham to manage to find it. That's going to be a big cancel on the rally, shutting down that green HP from coming through, and no one else can get the touch. So it's a cap in overtime, but considering how things started, considering that, you know, from the time that the time bank that they had when they capped A was smaller than the time bank they had when they capped B. They were so breezy to that second phase of Nimbani, but they still get held all the way down to 0.
I mean, ironically, the thing that really made things hard for the Hangzhou Spark was how well they played on B, because they managed to keep Cap B in the game state, which was that the Seoul Dynasty were coming up to ultimates, but didn't quite have them, meant the Seoul Dynasty then managed to get a lot of resources just in time for the early C defense. That also happened at the same time that the Hangzhou Spark did a minor comp change where Leave was going to go off the Echo, back on the Tracer, Shy back on the Sombra. These are all things you'd expect. I think Echo starts to fall off on C. Same as when we saw Fire comps for the past from Nimbani. You don't really play that hero. No flyers on C policy. But that all means that Hangzhou Spark, they're going to be down on resource, they're going to be down on ultimates. Their ability to snowball on C is very low. And Seoul Dynasty are then able to make a timing for a bunch of ults on that last point, and Hangzhou Spark lose ultimates. And Seoul Dynasty get to snowball so effectively on that final point. And you also see plenty of fights, once again, kind of a mirror of the Lijiang Tower that we saw, where it's Monk and Lengsa continuing down, and Spark once more just can't keep their supports alive in critical situations.
The shot.
Now needing to have that strong attack. Prophet looking to show us the Echo here. Potentially backed with the Mercy. Are they going to swap this? Yes. Okay, Vinham will go over to the Brigida. I was going to say it'd be a bit odd. And now they're going back to the Mercy. Okay,
so it's going to be full pocket. So this could be Prophet and Vindime going co-side together, currently playing main. Because if you're going to get pocketed, you can play co-side very effectively. Nothing can really take you down there. There's no hack to worry about.
He's not going for that. Instead wants to try to find he supports, but Leave just goes ahead and destroys Vinham. Then follows up for Prophet. Krillin's dead. Leave just comes up with 3 huge kills. Potentially can get the 4th here as the sticky bomb as the beam come across, but Shy will be able to claim it for himself as the final blow. But that is a team kill.
Damn.
Right off the rip.
He just kills both. He kills Vindime and then just gets Prophet right afterwards. Like, all right, you want to play with a Mercy? I don't need a Mercy. You do. That's your problem. And Vindime's like, all right, okay, back to Brig. I think we need a Brig. Need to do something here that can do a little bit more long-range shielding for EasyHunt as well. Something to dissuade Shy in these fights. Very clean opening fight for the Hangzhou Spark.
Very much so. Belstria taking a nap off the back of the dive on the high ground here. Beam from Prophet will be able to find Length, but he needs so much more than that to make it for the tank, and Leave instead is just going to be able to find a second elimination once more. Now 5, I believe, in the map. Shy gets Vinham. So far, this attack is falling flat from the side of the Dynasty. Nearly half the time bank taken away from them is just an extended team kill once more.
And this was my worry for the Seoul Dynasty on A. I think for the rest of Nimbani, things get a lot better, as we saw on that final point of the defense. But on the attacking side for this A point, Leave versus Prophet on the Echoes, it's not really much of a debate. I think everyone unanimously agrees that Leave's Echo is just better, and it's showing currently. 20% lead on the ult charge here that Leave has. First 2 ultimates online are the DPS ones for the Spark.
back off, grabbing that mega pack. Bellisria just worked down to half HP pretty much anytime he shows the space, and it's been really slow going, trying to build up towards that primal rage here. So still about 30% behind. Gucci is about to have his online. Sticky Bomb's not going to be too much of a concern here for Gucci. Zizihan on the flank, waiting, lingering. Don't think he's been noted yet, but this pulse bomb needs to connect. Dashing forward, drops down, throws it, not going to be able to find it. Almost gets slept into it, but either way, Monk is still going to be able to collect a kill. Drop it now out with the Duke, goes for the enemy Ana. Building up the Nano now online. Needs to invest that one sensitive Bellisria moments before he would have died. In the meantime, Gucci sweeping down this back line. Try to get an isolation here on Benheim, pushing him forward up towards the rest of the teammates, and eventually he will just fall. Solo kill confirmed there for Gucci. Bellisria now going to be antied out onto the point of being nearly online for the side of Leave. Would be enough to finish him off. Bellisria down to a sliver. Somehow actually does manage to get away with his life intact, but again, it's another hold to the progress, and Hangzhou Spark still hold on to ultimates.
And that's the biggest thing, because Seoul Dynasty spent big there. It's a large exchange of ultimates, but Hangzhou Spark come out on top with extra ultimates and boots still in the tank. And a massive shutdown to Vindime. He's not really had too many rallies go to success here, because he's just targeted every time he rallies. And it shows you who Spark's carry really is, because they give all these nanos to Leave every time.
Rally at the ready. Leave back up in the sky. Monk taking the front of that healing to try to get that next nano ready to go, which Krillin 16% away from at the moment. They still need to get to the end of the map. Haven't even gotten any percentage here on point A.
Waiting for Nano.
Looking brutal.
That's all they
Nano is
have.
there. But that, yeah, like you said, that's it. Still getting tagged low. The dive coming in to look at for him. Shy has to use the recall to prop it up into the air. Is the recipient here of this nano boost, just to try to get him some value, try to find some eliminations.
Bellisria?
Find the point now on the low ground. Bellisria falling low. Heals come across. They keep him alive for the time being. Pulse bomb nearly there for Easyhan, but Shy close to matching. OT going to be forced out, and this has got to be everything here for the 7th Seoul Dynasty. The dupe is available. Leave takes to the skies. Nano boost across. Gucci, the recipient of that one, keeps himself alive. Lengths it down to a sliver of HP.
Oh my god, he lived.
Still not found. He does manage to hold on, and Easyhan now dead. Pulse bomb not going to be found. Pulse bomb from Shy, however, comes through. Bellisria taken out. 2-for-1 exchange here at the hands of the Hangzhou Spark as they look for this full hold coming through. The first tick still not even quite established here from the side of the Seoul Dynasty. But Easyhan, yep, he's just now respawning. That is going to be it. Damn near perfection from the side of the Hangzhou Spark, not allowing a single tick to come through. They get the full hold here on Nimbani, answering back.
And you know, the really crazy thing about this map is if A was camped out by the Seoul Dynasty, it's not a guarantee that Spark can actually win that map. But they are so much better at playing the A point, primarily because of how much better I think Leave is on the Echo compared to Prophet. Stats don't lie here either. 12 final blows for Leave to 5 deaths, 6 final blows for Prophet to 8 deaths. Prophet went negative there. He had a lot of good stats on the Tracer, but then comes to the attacking side, and it just did not show. They had to overspend ultimates. Seoul Dynasty were not getting those results. Vindime could not live during the rallies. And Seoul Dynasty couldn't push through main effectively. They were just being beaten, battered down by the DPS duo of Shy and Leave, who were both heavily out-damaging their counterparts on that defense.
Well, there you go. Hangzhou Spark able to equalize the score line, make it a 1-for-1. So perhaps that 5-mapper can come through. We'll have to just wait and see, though, as we do have Escort on the horizon. See who's able to gain the lead from there and take it up the map point when we come back.
You're joking.
And we are back and tied up at 1-1. An excellent hold from the side of the Hangzhou Spark. They pushed to the end of Nimbani, not having any time in the time bank, but it did not matter because they put the feet down, they buckled in, and then did not allow for the Dynasty to get a single tick on point A. So now we're tied up as we get ready to go to Escort.
Hangzhou played to their strengths wonderfully on that map, and as I mentioned, I think if things went to the distance on Nimbani, it's not a guarantee that they could actually win, but they won where they were strong, and that's what counts for Hangzhou as we're about to head into map number 3, which will be on Dorado. And you know what's funny about Dorado? Dorado A is more Echo.
I was going to say, yeah, another map for that Echo diff to come through, perhaps from Leave, maybe. But if that does happen, perhaps we'll see Prophet just go over to something like the Cassidy that he hasn't played in quite some time.
I think Easy on will probably do that.
Yeah.
That'll be easy on Sierra for sure.
I'm happy for either
Frog is
one.
back.
Frog is back, this time cheering for the side of the Hangzhou Spark.
Well then.
Take a look,
Let's get ready for
at the Dynasty, because we do have a little bit of a milestone that was hit for Prophet after that opening map of Lijiang Tower. It was his 400th map win.
Oh, damn.
So, 400th map win.
He's got to be breaking every record now because, well, Carpe was the other guy that was kind of neck and neck with Prophet in terms of, you remember, like, it was maybe 2 years ago we were doing the 10,000, was it 10,000 final blows at Elims?
Might have been final blows.
Prophet
Either way.
Prophet now is one of the longest standing players, one of the few Season 1 players that we still have in here. It's been a starter the entire time. He's basically never been benched outside of, he basically benched himself earlier this year because he needed a little bit of a break, but that's one of the few times we actually didn't even see Prophet play.
It's worth mentioning that Prophet does not hold the record actually for most map wins. He's in second place, and the person that does have more than him is Violet with 435. Carpe,
unfortunately,
he's not in the top 10.
Well, he might be, but he's not. No, I lie. He's not in the top 10. I was going to say maybe he's not there because he's not a current player, but then I just saw the rest of the list, and it's full of players that are not currently playing. So
I was going to say there's a lot of people
Jonak on there. Jonak retired a while ago, and he's got 337 in there.
Yeah, Jonak's at 5th place. Void at 312 in 6th. Then Shu, Choi Hyobin, another one.
Why does Carpe not have more? That is very strange because Carpe played for a long time.
Because Fusion didn't win the maps that they needed to.
I didn't want to say it, but you went there. I didn't want to say it.
It's fine. That's about the Fusion. That team doesn't exist
anymore. Fury and Mano they were on the Fusion, I suppose, for less time than Carpe, but they were there.
I mean, we also didn't get to see much of Carpe outside of a handful of maps last year, right? When MN3 had his injury. So
he didn't always have to compete for the starting role because I think in the first 4 years he was basically like a permanent starter now. Pretty sure.
Yeah, but you missed that one season widely, and things can slip away from you.
It doesn't surprise me that Violet is leading #1 on 435 because he's been on 2 championship teams. Even Shock last year went to the finals. He's had so many good runs this year. Houston, he's been winning a lot. So no surprises for me that Violet is on top.
Right there with you. Well, let's see if he can add a 402nd map win. No, a 401st. Sorry, they didn't win Nimbani after all.
Correct.
So maybe he can get to that 401. So it looks like it's just going to be Tracer v Tracer, Sombra v Sombra.
Yeah, Leave didn't start Echo on the defense. Interesting.
Oh, okay. TP up to the high ground.
That's a big change up here as well. You don't normally see that TP.
Yeah, this is very aggressive here. EasyCon's still going to be on the Widowmaker. Prophet taken down. EasyCon with the headshot. Monk going to be eliminated, but then him traded out, and now you can see the Widow having to be swapped off. So the Sombra comes in. So I guess an attempt at the opening volley, get them set up onto the high ground, hope that they crush, and then go from there, but it unfortunately just does not work out.
Spark defended well there. They saw what was coming, saw the TP, instantly backed out, and appropriately just pushed the Dynasty away and got the counter frags necessary with only losing Monk. It will be coming back pretty quickly. You can see Monk in the silhouette, making his way back. It's slow enough though that it does allow Seoul Dynasty some free pushing time on the payload.
Just keep control here of the high ground. Shot across, just trying to get some damage down on the Leave, but Clark does manage to glide up here into the underpass for a brief little moment, but now it can be locked in place. How how long it takes here for the side of the Seoul Dynasty to try to break through this position. Pulse Bomb very much has been online for Leave. He's just been holding this in his back pocket for a while. I thought maybe, given everybody corralled down into that lower room, that he would be going for it, but doesn't want to over-pursue, doesn't want to give his life up. We'll wait for a bit more of an assured opportunity.
They're waiting for Shy, I think, on the EMP. Holding Payload well, though. Payload's been stuck in the archway for some time while Spark slowly get these ultimates in. They are still ahead of the Seoul Dynasty. Monk, despite dying and having a long run back from spawn, is still on par with Krillin for the Nano, which is impressive.
EMP now out, and that catches so many players on the side of the Dynasty. We're not playing split apart at all. That's just kind of the nature, I suppose, of the marketplace here on Dorado, but either way, just into the meat grinder there for them. Krillin trying to stay alive, but yeah, it's not going to be allowed to. Shy, Leave, even Langza pushing all the way up just to find that kill, and that's one ult burned, nearly 4 online for the Spark. They get the fight win, they continue the hold.
And minimal payload distance as well. You can see that the payload only barely got out of the archway and now sliding backwards as Seoul Dynasty could do nothing against that EMP. EasyHan still whacking by 12%, so I think they would have revealed as well that EasyHan, when he got hacked out by the EMP, he didn't actually have his own EMP yet. It's online now, so we'll see how that comes on through.
Leave, not getting the stick, not getting the kill. Belshria taken low. Rally going to be used. Still wants to hold on to this Primal Rage. We're seeing this Langza going to receive the Nano and also pops the Rally immediately. Keep himself alive and in the fight. Pulse Bomb goes in, finds Monk. Some good peel coming through. Now the EMP onto the back end, but we need to find some more eliminations. But Prophet going down before the right as the EMP comes through means that the damage throughput is just cut down so severely. Just waiting in the back line. Primal rolling, but needs to make his exit over towards this Mega Pack. Will be able to do so, but burns his last leap, so actually can't come over the wall for a little bit of extra time.
Illustrating these Nano here. Okay, he survives without the Nano, so they can use the Nano for the end. That's well played. Patience shown by Krillin to not have to burn it early. That's their win conditions, the one thing they really need, but instantly slept and woken.
Instantly woken up as well. Not exactly what you want. EMP, however, still going to be going through. EasyHan taken low, does manage to get out, but it's again going to be Prophet taken down. Damage severely limited once more.
It's a better trade for Dynasty, though. They have a tank and Spark don't.
Very true. Pulse Bomb in, though. Now they don't have an Ana. And Krillin gets taken down by that one. Just couldn't get away from the exposed radius.
He was left.
Oh, okay, I'd missed that one, but either way, a good combo to come through there from the side of the Spark. 18 seconds remaining. The respawn now in. Free rally out from Benheim just to try to get them HP'd up as they make their approach back over here towards the cart. Shield bash at the ready. Could go for the stun, but instead just pulling back, just keeping his teammates alive as best as possible. Just occupying the cart for the time being. EasyHan will look the EMP here in a bit of a longer fight. Needs to not get picked off. 6% away. Prop as well. 16 towards that next Pulse Bomb. Might be necessary to try to get them over the finish line here. EasyHan going to be going low. Instantly pulls the trigger. The EMP goes across. Leaf going to be taken down. Pulse Bomb up from Prophet. Not going to find the elimination, but the cleanup is coming through as Guchwei and Langza will also die. Just the team kill here. Likely extended as Shy makes his exit with the translocator. Picking around the backside on the hunt for him, but the cap is there.
I was down to the wire for sure. The Shy translocator being down. Killed by EasyHan. Vindame will find the kill on the Shy and they'll get all 5. An extended team wipe. And a very required one. That came into the OT. Seoul Dynasty had one shot. They needed to burn whatever they had, and what they had was an EMP that was slowly coming online for the Spark. Spark, unfortunately, just couldn't get enough kills to at least have a player advantage. Nothing to work with. But now they have, similar to what we saw in Mbani, actually, a lot of ultimates for the next point.
EMP on Belshria. Instantly take him out of the equation. No opportunity to use that Primal Rage, and Monk will also find Prophet and force EasyHan to relocate back. Benheim's into the meat grinder here as the supports will be the last little saggers coming through. EasyHan able to escape. I mean, I think
they want to escape.
Translocates back up onto the high ground. He's got no HP at the moment. I mean, any damage would have just taken him down, but luckily he does manage to survive, but still, it's just a minute and 20 remaining.
Yeah, truly a sliver of HP there, and time that Seoul Dynasty can ill afford to waste as they desperately need another EMP. I think Shy at this state is basically the last EasyHan as well, because we do know that Shy is one EMP ahead. That kill onto Shy is going to allow EasyHan to try and close that gap. He needs something to work, because look at the Hangzhou Spark ults. Got 4 of them online. They're so stacked, and Seoul Dynasty are committing, but this time they lose Vindane.
I mean, the call just comes in. I believe it was Anthony. I believe just goes into the back, finds him isolated, takes him down. Card not really getting any distance here, but the great hack on the lead does set up the kill. The Prophet going to be traded out, and Shy finds him on the opposite side, so both sides without their tracers for now. Guchwei, I mean, he sees Krillin corralled into this room. He's got a Primal Rage, doesn't want to pull the trigger on this one. Fancy gets lobbed in. They manage to connect on the two. Krillin getting taken lower and lower, and the rally from Vindheim is not going to be able to save him. Kill found, and it's just death cycles here for the Dynasty players.
And they're losing ults as well. Dynasty are losing while using ults, and Spark have continually charged up ultimates and didn't feel the need to use them. It's just been the pulse bomb from Leave, and that's it. So Seoul Dynasty, they're losing and then some because the resources as well. Nano gone when they're one player down. Rally down when they're one player down. Now 10 seconds left remaining. EMP versus EMP. But the big difference is Spark have double support ultimates to survive the EMP.
If they can hit him in time. Translocator found here from Shy.
I don't think he should just go for it.
Scouted. They send it. EMP does come through. He tries to drop down onto the low ground. Easy Han, however, will still be hounded down as Lee finds the elimination to try to end this push. Rhea pull back here off the high ground. Cart recontested once again. A little bit of distance, inching forward here as Monk into the corner. Will be stuck, will be taken down, and Shy gets taken out with him. Monk, the double kill here from Prophet. That could be enough to go ahead and continue this push at least for a little bit longer. Because nothing else was found. And that's all the ults committed on either side, except for Krillin, who's nearly about to have that nano online.
If Linksa dies, if they lose more players, Spark, the recontest is going to be really bad. Dynasty can absolutely cap now, especially if they have the nano online.
I think they do. I think
and this doesn't look like a real contest. I think Yusha will go for this one. No. Oh, dude, I got to talk about this, man. Shy, that was greedy. He saw a translocator from Easy Hunt, and he decided to wait and go for the translocator kill instead of just playing the EMP. It's EMP versus EMP. Last fight on B, your priority cannot be to play for a translocator kill when your bigger priority is actually just to go for the better EMP. You allowed Spark to eat this entire big EMP from Easy Hunt while Shy was on a mission. That's just so bad.
Not ideal whatsoever, giving them a way back into this map. Pulse bomb up from Leaf will find Krillin, however. Rally rolling from Vindheim to try to continue the push, but for now the cart going to be locked into position. But Langsa taken down. Belshri able to come away with that kill. Still very low as Anzi out. He's down here onto the low ground in the underpass and will not be able to escape. Without the tank, the rest of the Dynasty have to fall away. So 35 seconds remaining as, oh, this could be a monstrous dagger. Huge pickup there with just no time remaining.
Yep. It's likely that Spark's still in the holding here, but it'll just have to be the hold on C instead of beat. Ultimate's coming online. Big time double EMPs and Shy's opportunity to redeem himself here. Play for the EMP first. Forget about any cheeky business. Get the EMP done. That's number one.
Prophet, can he do it again? Pulse bomb online. Force a recall already. Translocate out. Shy ready for the setup here onto the EMP. Who's his target going to be? Looks like the answer is going to be Vindheim. Nano boost. Actually went over to Belshri, perhaps? Hard to tell either way.
Nano went to Vindheim, but he died anyway.
Just destroyed him then.
Yeah.
Prophet still holds on to the pulse bomb, but I don't know if he's going to be able to find value this time around. 76 HP remaining for him. Card still contested. Belshri up top of that primal with barely any time to spare. Slept off a bit. Pulse bomb in. He goes low. He goes down. Lang's able to find the finisher there. Switch way now with one of his own. Cleaves down Krillin. Easy Han taken out. That's just going to be the extended team kill coming through. The cart will at long last be stopped in place. The OT can bleed down. Hangzhou Spark managed to halt the Seoul Dynasty in their tracks before they can get to C, but it could have been so much cleaner, so much more dominant than this.
Should have been so much better. Yeah, and now the real problem becomes if the Hangzhou Spark fail to cap B or fail to get any amount of meaningful distance on C, then they'll be kicking themselves knowing that they would have had this map had it just ended on B instead. But likely, I think Spark will have the advantage on this map. They've looked pretty clean so far. Their dives, generally speaking, been better. They haven't even needed to play for the Echo. Let's take a look at the double pulse bomb again. So, just a couple of members all corralled together. Monk stuck in the corner.
Right
as Shy drops down. Oh, wait. I think the EMP did land, but it maybe only clipped Battlestreet.
It landed, but they started the EMP off with 2 people dead, including one of their supports and a lot of their...
And that's the thing, because they got EMP'd first. Because Easy Han pulled the trigger first, because Shy was... He was in Narnia doing a little translocator stuff. It's like, who cares? Why are you doing that? Play the EMP. That's what Easy Han did, and that's what allowed Seoul Dynasty to win.
Well, they do have this win condition set up for themselves. It's a bit further away than they would have liked, for sure. It looks like Leave is going to be taken to the skies nice and early, though, with this Echo once again to try to make this as quick and painless as possible.
It's easier on A, because here's what I respect. That they didn't choose to play the Echo A defense, and okay, that's fair. Because they could have been maybe counter swap, Easy Han maybe just goes Cassidy. I don't know, something could have happened there. Maybe Easy Han just snipes a Widow from spawn, right? But when you're on the attacking side, you can take these risks. You can also change your comps if you don't like it, which is what it looks like is happening right now. Maybe Lee was expecting Prophet to also be on the Echo, and he was opting for the Echo versus Echo, but seeing that Prophet's playing Tracer, Lee will match.
I'm just keeping him alive as best as possible here. Monk antied out into the back line. Belstria able to pursue deep enough to get that opening elimination. Good start to this one. So he goes back up onto the high ground, and they'll force the translocate out of Shy as well. Prophet in the meantime having a bit of a field day. But more so is EasyHon at 52% already for this EMP.
Defensive Sombra advantage. Get all the good high ground positioning to start out with. Attacking side, that you'd like to see Monk a little bit further ahead on the nano boost yet. So it's been slow going so far. Pacing on payload has been fairly non-existent, and Prophet's done a good job of keeping that one contested. Recall did get burned though, and speaking of being burned, Goucher lucky to be alive.
Yeah, tons of damage being put through onto him. EasyHon just holding his ground, not really deterred at all by
99.
that Winston up into his face. And yep, 99 now. The EMP online. Shy noted here onto the low ground as well. EasyHon getting spotted for a brief little moment, but now he's got the setup. He sees both supports, just waiting for the moment to go ahead and pull the trigger. He does so. Both supports get caught. Lang's just trying to backpedal with the shield raise. Shield bashes his way back up to the spawn room, but Belstria still gets the elimination. Great beginning here into the hold on the side of the Dynasty. It's the cart. Not really gaining anything. Just getting ready to enter the underpass, and that's about half the time being taken away.
You can tell this Spark was unprepared for that EMP. That came so quick and nicely charged up by EasyHon. Had that ultimate basically before anyone else had anything. Monk did get a earlier nano boost in Krillin, but that's been equalized now with the lost team fight.
Off it. Oh, HP. EMP now through. Belstria does get taken down.
Krillin, no LOS.
Krillin, yeah, not having it. Otherwise, the nano absolutely could have come through. Vinham as well going to be taken down. With these kills, it's going to be a monstrous amount of push coming through. Maybe just enough time to get a recontest if EasyHon can buy some space.
I mean, for sure, Belastria, I mean, at minimum, Belastria can just climb from spawn and get there at any point, but Seoul Dynasty, 4 ultimates and losing the fight does not feel good. Instant EMP burn onto Belastria, didn't even get a chance to use the Prime one, as we mentioned, Krillin. No save on the nano, but they'll use that now for the retake.
Okay, they force Shy back. He's been catching up here towards EasyHon, but Krillin going to be taken out. Gushwei into the back line. He's managing to find that kill. It's not even with the Primal. She still holds on to. Now he's looking for Vinham, knowing that he's just the lone support. Wants to try to take him down. Prophet will find leave, and that significantly reduces the damage output. Now Monk is going to be eliminated as well. Prophet ending up with a pulse bomb kill, keeping them in this one. Vinham still under fire, however, will eventually fall. Shy finds the elimination. He's with a rally rolling, just trying to keep them in this one. Got the shield bash across. Belstria just tries to knock him away from the cart, but Shy eventually finding the better of EasyHon. Lang's now going to be taken down. Right, his Monk is going to be rejoining into the fight, but Krillin as well. Back through. Nano, or anti-nade rather, out onto the 2. Gushwei taking low. Pulse bomb into the back line from lead. Not going to be able to find a stick. Not going to get that elimination that they so desperately want. They try to finally get this cap. It's just 0.73 meters left to go here for the side of the Hangzhou Spark, but they might have to do a full reset.
Yeah, and the time is a real factor here as well. And now it's going to come down to EMP, very similar to what we saw previously with Seoul Dynasty pushing A, running out of time, and easing out to EMP, saving the day. 4-man capture. It's pretty big, but no kills yet.
It's onto him, but it's actually going to be Krillin who finds the first kill. Now EasyHon into the back line with an EMP of his own. Finds Monk. Vinham, however, going to be taken down. Pulls the trigger on this ult. Monk going to be eliminated. That's a 2-for-1 trade up, but now going to be equalized.
Oh, wait, the cap!
Krillin, and the cap is in. They're not playing the cart. Instead, the cap just comes through, so it's going to be 2.5 minutes out of the time bank, and a swap back over to the break here for Vinham.
To be fair, Seoul Dynasty lost a lot of members here, but yeah, absolutely, Gushwei managed to push that one through. Or Seoul Dynasty were caught napping. It wasn't guaranteed that Spark were going to win that fight. I think EasyHon probably would have liked to have a little bit more value on the EMP, as Shy barely gets out with his life there. But yeah, I don't think that was a guaranteed fight win for either squad. Could have gone either way. Massive coin flip. Ends up being the cap, and now Spark getting second lease on life. Not a lot of time though.
Pressure being applied there to Prophet as he's just backpedaling his way through the bank, trying to escape, but Shy manages to find that kill. Don't even believe he had him hacked. Just Prophet running out of utility to try to use it, keep himself in this fight. Well, EasyHon going to be noted, going to be found. He kept in the fight though from the Seoul Dynasty supports. Belastria nearly with the Primal online, but the card has been gliding here during this second phase of Dorado.
And especially in a situation where now Shy has EMP, he even gets a nano. They really want Shy. But he's dead.
They just absolutely maul him. Taken down, EasyHon collects that elimination. Now a little bit of a window of opportunity to try to catch up, get that next EMP ready to go so they can match it. The bubble gets dropped in. Leaf dashing forward, looking for that pulse bomb setup, unable to find it. Krillin, however, going to be juggled around, and as you can see, the sleep dart very much on cooldown. Can't find anything. Wishway looks for Easy Han as well. The boot cannot quite hound him. The cart continues to move forward with a minute and 15 remaining. Hangzhou Spark getting closer and closer to having that little time bank bump up.
EMP, backline caught, Balestria caught. Couldn't primal again.
EMP out from Easy Han on the opposite side. Now he's going to be taking a nap. Shots come through. Leave arrives to get the quick cleanup. It's a 2 for 0 now. Seoul Dynasty struggle to find anything here. 19 meters left to go on this push, but they're just going to get zoned off. The Prophet and Bin end up dying. So now 2 minutes and 20 seconds is what the Dynasty need to defend for if they want to take the lead.
There's real staggered deaths here as well, so Seoul Dynasty still need to regroup as Spark and get some decent push forward. Shy, no fear, just gonna go straight up the spawn doors to get a little bit of early farm on. And the payload is basically halfway there to the finish now, not much further to go. Nano almost online for Monk. The cards are starting to fall in place for the Hangzhou Spark. They have the tools they need to finish this.
They do. It would take a catastrophe right now for them to not get this one, but somebody's gonna have to contest this card sooner rather than later. 1.21 meters as the contest comes through. Prophet staying alive. Stick, however, over Binham. Going to be taken down. Nano not available from Krillin. Monk still holding on to one of his own. Prophet dashes back, grabs the mini pack, but he's got nowhere to go. He just gets absolutely deleted. Leave. Finally, elimination. Bellisria with the primal rolling, but now going to be antied out. Gets cleaned up as it's the leave show here in the kill feed. Hangzhou Spark will get the push going through, and that will be them now moving up 2-1 in the series.
And things started to look a little bit dicey there. I mean, there was a real world where maybe Seoul Dynasty get the completed full A hold. To be fair, I think Hangzhou Spark were on board to do a similar thing to the Seoul Dynasty. Things on B as well got a little bit tricky for either squad, and when you really come down to it, it's both teams working the same amount of time. Both teams went into the OT for A. Both teams only had 2:30 work through for B. The Sparks B was just that much better, that much cleaner, with that much more momentum going into the final point, and that's even with a failed nano boost on the Shy to keep him alive and get the EMP going. Even without that, Hushrey steps up, primals in, allows Hangzhou Spark to eventually win a fight, get the EMP in there from Shy, and then cap through the rest of the map.
Well, the series now in the Hangzhou Spark's hands. Dynasty need to pick up a victory. I believe New Queen Street is our push map to try to tie us up and give us yet another 5 mapper here today. Otherwise, Hangzhou Spark going to be able to move forward to get that win 3-1. We'll go ahead and see what happens when we come back to the break, so don't go anywhere. And we're back with Hangzhou Spark, currently in the driver's seat, 2-1 the scoreline here after they clean up a win on Nambani, then into Dorado. Seoul Dynasty need to fight back as we get ready to go into push. They want to extend this all the way to map 5.
Things don't look very good for the Seoul Dynasty in the mirror so far. I mean, they've had some good moments. Honestly, Seoul Dynasty look more improved than they were from last week, but outside of the brawl matchup, the Ryan versus Ram that we had on all the way back on Lijiang Tower Control Center, beyond that, things have been at minimum competitive and at worst for Seoul, very one-sided in Hangzhou Spark's favor, especially when we look over towards the Echo situation. Thankfully for Profit and the rest of Seoul Dynasty, no Echo to be played on our map number 4. But if it's going to be more dive mirrors, we got to see a little bit more out of the Seoul Dynasty because the Hangzhou Spark are more than warmed up now on their Winston Tracer Sombra dive.
Very much alive right now for the side of the Hangzhou Spark after that shaky start, but I mean, it's just right now it's looking like the Dynasty can excel when it comes down to these control maps, but everything else is still a bit shy of the mark. So we'll have to see if they can rally back, get this win on New Queen Street, because where they have that undefeated record on control, that could be what bails them out if they can get it all the way to a map 5.
And what is the map 5 as I quickly check over? Oasis. Could be positive. You still do need to, I mean, it will be true on this map and will be true on Oasis as well. Really take down the Spark in this Winston Sombra dive, which they, to be fair, were able to do on Gardens. So a little bit more of that to come on through would be exactly what the Doctor orders for the Seoul Dynasty. And even then, if you really look back at the Gardens, though, that was a close enough game that you could definitely call it either way. A push as momentum focused as it is, you need to see the Seoul Dynasty get off to that good start.
Get some nice early distance established here on this bot, and then just try to play defense from there. Be the way to do it. We'll see though if they're going to be able to do just that, or if this is going to slip their fingers and they suffer that 1-3 loss. Hangzhou Spark very much looking hungry for it, and I mean, we didn't see too much of Leave when it came down that opening map of Lijiang Tower, but he has been very present, very much making his presence known across these last 2 ones. I expect that is very much going to be the same as we get ready to go into New Queen Street, where we're pretty much just going to be seeing the same exact compositions.
And that's the other thing as well, is that it's not like Profit's been a slouch on the Tracer. I mean, you could see that maybe the Echo is not quite up to par versus Leave. Tracer certainly is. Profit has had some amazing moments today. The double pulse bomb on Dorado comes to mind, obviously, as well as other very clutch moments. I think on the Gardens map, he had some really decent runs, especially the back line of Monk and Linksa. So the Profit Tracer has been the strong point for the Seoul Dynasty. They need to continue to be, with the rest of the players, also on point.
All right, well, Kate's now unlocking as we get ready to begin. And as promised, it is the Tracer Sombra Winston dive.
You're a man of your word, and I respect that.
I'll always deliver. I'm one of those guys, I always provide my sources when I post in a Reddit thread, you know?
Source, we've seen it here before. Okay, well, Shy is just popped off.
Yeah, taken out of there. Good opening kill. They almost had Leave as well. He was able to go ahead and recall his way back out to safety, though. But good early kill coming through. Does mean that Dynasty get themselves onto the bot first and foremost. Maybe a quick turnaround, however, as Kushway looks to just go ahead and push back against them. Leave will keep the bot locked in its place.
Always a good day when Vindime gets to play his break. So this is the early start that we wanted to see from Seoul Dynasty, and because Shy died as well, he has had no chance to really build up ultimate. Once again, Easy Hunt is going to very clearly have an advantage on the EMP, and with Kushway down, I mean, things just get much better for the Dynasty. They don't even have to use the EMP.
I was going to say, really disconnected fight here. No one going towards the bot. I mean, Dynasty's still applying some pressure there, and as they go for the double dive into the back line, they just completely suffer for it. Pulse bomb out from Profit now, just managed to find Langza right off the rip. Leave still trying to catch up in one of his own, and Shy will get caught as Profit is able to find a second elimination. Down low, backs up, he'll start flying through. They're keeping him alive, and it looks like he will not get punished. Now Kushway in a position as well to get punished once more. Profit gets topped back up. He's immediately dashing right up into his face, gets the kill, and that could very well be the checkpoint coming in.
It's double death. I mean, it will be because of the EMP alone. This push is not going to be enough because Spark will have another round of respawns. As I mentioned earlier, Seoul Dynasty actually spent a little bit of time not pushing payload there. All 5 members went forward. I don't think you can afford that. You must be maximizing payload push the entire way through. The EMP gap here should be apparent. Oh my goodness. Yeah, again, Easy just gets a kill. Maybe they don't need the EMP again.
Might not need it at all. Just a couple
Wow,
meters to go, and
Kuchwei
is just dead again. I mean, the back line right now is just completely just getting smothered by Easy on Profit, it would seem.
Yeah, and by the way, Spark haven't gotten a single kill this whole time. We're what, 2 minutes and 20 seconds through? Spark have yet to show up on the kill feed.
Okay, well maybe they can do it now, and they will. As Vinham gets taken down, the EMP committed. Easy Han off screen using one of his own, but it seems like because of this disjointedness here, we're actually not going to be able to play off the back of that one at all. Belosria also dead means that finally the Hangzhou Spark can gain control of this bot for themselves. Reset it necessary, but forward spawn still there. Don't think Krillin's going to be able to make it though.
It's a good engagement by the Spark. I mean, they lose the cap, which is very unfortunate. And that's one of the faster caps that we had seen, especially given the dominance of the early game for Seoul.
Yeah.
But Hangzhou Spark win that engagement with far more ultimates still on board. Seoul spent far more. And the EMP trade handily goes the way of Shy. Double support ultimates now for Seoul Dynasty is going to hurt them for the next couple fights.
Seems like Dynasty weren't really willing to try to go for the trade. Okay, Primal's going to be forced out here. Shy taken down again by Vinham with a whip shot. Not sure how he's finding these ones, but either way, support's getting juggled around. Sleep Dart not going to connect. Kuchwei burned down again as everybody's just so busy dealing with Belosria. We'll dive in, look for a little bit more. Profit joins in, helps take down that Ana. Monk following the bot again, pushing up. Only 14 meters established here for the side of the Hangzhou Spark. I mean, they have that ult advantage still, but they need to be able to get into a position to actually utilize them.
Well, it's weird because even losing Shy, I think they could have played that one 4v5 if they just played the ultimates. Primal's used by Belosria, sure. Kuchwei probably could have been kept alive with the nano. Primal himself. The Spark can hold on while they wait for Shy to come back through. Now they're going to have to use these ultimates just to regain the bot control, which is going to be expensive. That's not where you want to see the ultimates, but it's where it's going to have to be placed.
And in the meantime, Easy on nearly that EMP online. Another stick as Profit finds Monk. Shy dead once more. Pulse bomb out from Leave. Not going to be able to find the elimination here. He's got that nano rolling. Looks like he's not going to be able to get anything done with it.
Late rally from Langsa.
Yeah, Langsa rallies late. Does find that kill. The bot getting brought forward here once again for the side of the Hangzhou Spark, but it
feels bad.
Distance.
It's just a wasted ultimate now. It's like, I mean, a rally just to get one kill when you were already winning the fight. Maybe Langsa was worried that he was going to die or that the team was going to lose the team fight. They were getting desperate, and that's part of the other issue is, well, they already lost the cap, and if they lose the fight in their own territory, they're going to lose more meterage. They can't afford.
Juggle there onto Krillin, but cannot get the kill. Easy Han.
Oh, Shy.
Once again, he is just getting death cycled here.
Yep.
This EMP comes through. I mean, that's Easy Han lapping him. Laid down, Kuchwei antied, has to exit, has to retreat. Bot again, starting to push forward. I mean, it's just, what, 12 meters at a time, roughly, here. The Hangzhou Spark are able to gain, but Bot just continues to get pushed back into, towards their side of the map. Easy Han used the EMP. Profit immediately collects the kill on a Monk. They can't quite find Langsa as a follow-up, but that's still enough to dissuade Hangzhou Spark from moving over to try to get this bot.
Shy's gonna have to burn EMP just to win this next fight to regain control. Vinham is gonna pre-rally this one. We don't see a lot of pre-rallies anymore. Mostly they're used in responses to EMP, not prior to one. So where is Shy gonna go? He wants backline. And Seoul Dynasty, look like they're actually backing out slightly here.
Oh, Shy. Narrowly avoiding. These shots flying through, looking to spy check him. There's the EMP across, looking for Vinham, but the nano in position. Krillin playing very well disconnected from him, and Vinham manages to put that to use, taking down Shy on the back end. Now Belosria unleashed, goes forward. Primal will expire. Pulse bomb in. No getting away from that one, though. Does end up falling. Kuchwei similarly in a position where he could get punished, but it looks like Dynasty, they're willing to play this one out patiently. Don't want to commit the pulse bomb in here just to get that kill and have Kuchwei have that faster run back. They just allow for them to gain the bot for now. They'll wait for Belosria, and then they'll go again.
Seoul Dynasty got meterage there, by the way. They stuck to about, what, 13 meters, 70, 70,
yep.
90. So despite eventually losing the fight, they commit a fair number of ultimates, equalizing what Spark put into that fight, but they're the ones that actually walk away with more. So now things just get that much more difficult for Hangzhou Spark as we round down to 3 minutes and 35 remaining. Nano to be used here, which every single ultimate you see from Spark here is one less that they really need to try and get the cap.
Oh my god, how does he do it again? Profit, what is that, 3 for 3 right now on this map? Gets Monk once more with the pulse bomb stick. Shy into the back line, just trying to harass, trying to come up with something, but it's forced to translocate once again. He's right now isolated into the corner, has to pop the primal just to try to stay alive. Can he get a juggle off the side of the map here onto somebody? that would definitely be some value found for him, but the kill's just not being found. It's just not coming through. Bot brought back to a neutral position, so at least the Dynasty do not have those forward spawns anymore here, but that's about the only reprieve right now that the Hangzhou Spark are finding, and they're not going to have it for very much longer, it would seem. We're taken down as the EMP comes through once again from Easy Han. They instantly find the kill, and the bot once more is going to be giving them that forward spawn.
And Spark now can't even really get the payload past the midpoint, so at least previously they were getting, what, 12 meters at a time here. No meters to be found. Can't win enough fights to find it. Time has really become a negative factor for the Spark, and they need to win like 3+ fights in a row to really get some good distance.
The Falls will be able to find Bellisria. Nano not sent out from Drill and try to keep him alive, and Rally again.
Rally gone.
Yeah, gonna get cut short. Langza getting on top of him, managing to find that kill. And Punish get some ults out of the side of the Dynasty, and they don't win the fight this time around, but like you said, it's gonna take so many fights for them to actually get caught up.
And that's the thing, right? Because they have to spend ultimates just to regain bot control, and you need to be saving ultimates if you can to try and get the pivotal fight win to get you the cap. Can Prophet die here? It's like, no. In any case, EMP from Shy is the sword of Damocles. That's what they really need, but they want to hold that as long as possible.
All right, Langza kills him, but he kills Langza. Bellisria trying to stay alive. Not going to use the primal. Leave this, find that kill. That is a 2-for-1 trade up, but not the
I think he should have primaled.
Yeah, obviously makes things a bit
Unless
more difficult.
he was hacked.
Quite good to catch it either way. Shy forced away. EMP delayed for a little bit longer. Bot contest is in. Bellisria can rejoin.
Well, right now, Spark need to be forcing a lot more. They need to be really pushing a lot harder than this. They're still just waiting for Shy to regain HP. Easy Han's about to have an EMP, so that EMP advantage that Shy has had, which, to be fair, I think he should be saving it.
Okay,
oh, it's not going to result in a kill, is it?
No, doesn't get the kill. Not spotted, and Leave It's going to be the one who actually gets taken down. Venham able to just swing the flail wildly, comes up with the elimination. Sleep Dart, Nano's in on the Gushway. Can't get the anti down to him, but still a hell of a lot of damage. He comes out all over towards this Winston, and eventually he'll crumble under the pressure. Bot again now can be shipped back over towards the Spark side of the map with 50 seconds remaining. The Dynasty so very much in the driver's seat here, completely maintaining and dictating the pace of this map.
Yeah, that's right. We're definitely going to Oasis. There's just not a lot left in the gas tank for the Hangzhou Spark. That's the 40 seconds left to go now, with just shy of 60 meters to go, 52 meters to be able to push to the end, and it's just, and they haven't capped yet either.
Okay, EMP.
That's not a bad sleep.
Rally from Benham, but Yakron's going to be taken down. Finding that elimination, Easy Han not going to be capitalized on. Prophet goes up with the false bomb, and this one actually will miss, breaking this damn near perfect record. The turnaround on the fight here is absolutely gorgeous from the side of the Hangzhou Spark, if not absolutely necessary. Cleanup coming through, but there's still a hell of a lot of damage distance that they need to close.
How do they snowball, though? Killing Easy Han late would be one of those. That, by the way, that kill, that's Easy Han's first death. Wow. A bit of a tidbit. 10 minutes into the game, it's his first death. He has been pretty elusive so far on this map. Now that we have OT spawns, ironically, the OT sort of helps Spark a little bit here. It'll be a negative for them if somebody dies, but every single kill they get on the Seoul Dynasty is going to be delayed. Spawns Gushway's got mega deep, but he's got primal.
Hey, down. Bellisria taken low. Was antied out. Has to use that primal now. Rally rolling from Langza as well. It's a shield match online. Gushway matching with the primal on the opposite side. It's Lead will find Prophet. Getting lower and lower. They're just a couple meters away from having that checkpoint. It looks like they should be able to establish this one for themselves, and they do. False bomb from Leave, not going to be able to find that kill, but look at the ult still held here from the side of the Hangzhou Spark. The EMP, that Nano. Yes, they have to wait for Monk to rejoin. They need to keep this contested, and Dynasty have to reset.
And Monk can't afford to swap him. Usually you would actually swap to the Kuriko here, but he's got an ultimate, so he has to hold on to it. He's got such a huge run back, and that's the problem. If Spark lose players, they're going to be permanently down 4v5 for age. I mean, look at the silhouettes. I think Dynasty should take a fight. You got to take a fight before Monk rejoins the team.
I think it's already too late. I think he's going to be here. They're missing out on that window of opportunity. It's going to be for Gushway. They're looking for him, but the Nano is in. Goes over to Leave, though. It's not on the Gushway. So he ends up getting taken down. Shy eliminated as well. Bellisria down to a sliver. So try to keep him up. It looks like Benham, everybody on the side of the Dynasty is going to manage to stay alive. They will survive. They will have that OT drained down, and they will extend this all the way into a map 5.
It's just that early start, right? Benham's getting choked out by his
Prophet.
Like Prophet actually, Prophet ran over and just grabbed him with both hands. That was either he was smiling though. He was smiling during that. So they do it differently over there in Korea, Seth. I don't know what to say. You live there. You tell me. But
it's just that young culture, you know. Like
yeah,
Prophet's the older brother. So
A good old young culture. I love that. It is a good start for the Seoul Dynasty. That's what we needed to see. They got an early cap in the first 2.5 minutes, roughly. So after that, they even then snuck another 13 meters. They could have won from 77, realistically speaking. Okay, I know that Spark eventually got to 80, but I think Seoul Dynasty would have taken more aggressive fights and allowed less meters to go if they knew they had less to work with. So in either case, the Seoul Dynasty early advantage, I think, was what really sold it. And beyond that, Easy Han, not dying, being up to lap shy, a lot more EMPs, all part of it.
It's all part of it, but even then, down to the wire, that nano boost goes across over onto Leave rather than on the Gushue, making him
Leave might have gotten in the way.
Slim pickings.
Who knows?
I don't know. Either way, that could be the straw that broke the camel's back, because now we're going back over to Control, where Dynasty have been undefeated on this map type. See if they're going to be able to maintain that. First, of course, we're going to have a quick little break. We'll come back and we'll get into that action. We are going into a map 5 once more, this time between the Hangzhou Spark and the Seoul Dynasty, who managed to have a pretty damn dominant run on New Queen Street until it got close, but they clinched the win to extend it all the way to, I believe, Oasis is a final map of control to decide who's going to be walking away victorious. And if you're a Dynasty fan out there, don't give up hope yet. They are undefeated so far on control maps, and if they can continue that streak, they could be walking away with a win here versus the Spark.
I would argue that the New Queen Street result is a lot more one-sided than the actual meterage would show, because oftentimes in the overtime you do get this kind of like final, I was going to call it second win, really it's a final wind coming through from the losing team, but they'll get something done because while the winning team is going to pull back a little bit, they're going to play a little bit more reserved, conservative. Also their respawns take longer, so oftentimes if the losing team is going to get a couple kills, it resets the winning team by a reasonable margin. But ultimately, even if it gets quote-unquote close, the winning team in that scenario, Seoul Dynasty, they just got to get the one kill. They just got to get one reasonable fight in there. Their respawn advantage is so much clearer, and they'll still end up winning at the end of the day. So most of the game was completely one-sided, and you see the final win come through for Hangzhou Spark in the OT. But ultimately, Dynasty, they held all the cards there, and now take us to map number 5 on Oasis, where I want to say on University, if this goes to another brawl mirror matchup, whether it's Ryan, or Ram versus Ryan, I heavily favor the Seoul Dynasty there. So 1 out of the 3 rounds on Oasis, very Seoul Dynasty favored.
We'll see if they're going to be able to get it, or if things could get shut down. And Leave, also known for some pop-off performances on this map. I'm thinking about him on that Tracer, just absolutely dominating on University. Maybe that can come back in here to give the Hangzhou side of the crowd a little bit more hopium as well.
Because the other thing is, despite University being good, Dynasty, if they want to make this map 5 happen, they have to win one of the other maps that's not University. So City Center or Garden needs to go their way, which is going to be a pure dive mirror, of which they showed that they can be much better than Sparkin, at least on New Queen Street. So we'll start with City Center.
Looks like Vinham, though,
it's not going to be as you'd expect.
Not going to be opting for... Never mind, okay. I thought he was going to go out the gate with the Lucio here. I was going to say, big difference.
That would be wrong.
Yeah. That's why I was concerned, but he goes back over to the Brigida. Anti-nade not going to get the clip there from Krillin. There's already heavy pressure down on the Monk. Bellisria just going to be making his exit up over the top, or at least an exit that he hopes he can make. Jumps back around, breaking line of sight, manages to stay alive. Vin as well, tagged down low. Putting up healing here for Krillin to take an early lead, I suppose, towards that Nano.
They lose positioning, though. They stay alive, but Spark have all the high ground.
Pressure applied here. Onto that corner, Bellisria just trying to inch his way forward. Gushway leaping back, ceding that for the time being. Jump forward comes in once again. Krillin not quite able to line anything up there with either the nade nor the sleep dart. Bellisria down low, Anti out, really chasing for the kills. Once again, they're going to fall shy of the mark, but Vinham in a rough position. Willem can take it down. Whoever commits, everybody comes in, collapsing on top of Leave to be able to find that elimination. They keep Vinham alive. And that's a monstrous pick-up to have. They look to go ahead and cap this point for themselves. Langs as well going to be taken out. No one can play off the back of this Anti.
I think that's the key. That's the key kill, because Leave doesn't kill Vindime, and the opposite happens. Muck resets off the map, and the point goes over the Seoul Dynasty. It took a long time for a single kill to come on through, and it should have probably been either Bellisria or Vindime dying. They were both antied, both super low HP. Bellisria taken down to critical, even at close to 1 HP at certain points, but just was not able to be finished off. Leave misses a rare miss on the blink melee. Wishes he had that kill.
Does. EMP is about to be online for both of these Sombras. Trying keeping pace alongside Easy Han. We'll see who's able to pull the trigger first here as he gets pushed out into the open and has to translocate away. Easy Han now, Ulta online, goes into stealth, gets ready to go on the hunt. Nano in the meantime, invested over towards Gushway. Leave's going to be forced to recall to find that anti-nade. Big difference here is going to be that Primal Rage available for Gushway, though. Can buy a hell of a lot more time. But now the dive comes through. Langs are going to be taken out. Profit finds Shy at the same time, making sure there cannot be a counter EMP in this fight. That's just going to have to be Hangzhou Spark going on the reset as Monk is a bit of a late death. Leave cannot afford to die here.
Seoul Dynasty winning on both fronts of the wall there. On the front lines, over towards where Prophet was taking down Shy, and then also EMP on the back line taking down Link. So couldn't see Monk, doesn't matter. You'll get the Brig anyway. So prevent Shy from getting any sort of counter EMP, and Seoul Dynasty are running away with this round. And as I said previously, Seoul Dynasty, in my eyes, only need to win 1 out of the 2 dive-favored control rounds, and then University ideally goes their way.
EMP solo around the corner here on a Krillin. Pulse bomb up from Prophet. Not going to be finding a kill, but they can't get to kill Krillin off either, it would seem. Prophet will get taken down eventually as Monk finds elimination. Gushwei well into the back lines here, just deciding which path he wants to take. And meanwhile, Velasria just juggling around a couple fools, just trying to maintain control at this point, and so far has been able to do so. Rival's going to be expiring soon, rally out from Langza. Got across, Svenheim is right up into the faces here of the members of the Hangzhou Spark. Shield Bash comes in, however, he gets stunned up, gets taken down. Great peel from Langza to go ahead and save his cohort's life. Try will get traded out, but it looks like finally, yes, the Hangzhou Spark will be able to get control at this point, but not until Dynasty got the 99.
Which means it's going to be a long road for the Spark comeback here. 0 to 99 start. Oh, that is a rough one. And they began the early neutral. I think the early neutral was really good looking for the Spark. They won the jump pad fight, got the high ground control, but failed to get the first pick. And you mentioned Easy Hunt, the EMP is likely a closer here. So unless Monk and Lingsa can survive up against this one, Seoul Dynasty have the win conditions on board.
Still needs to get that last 5% here to Easy Hunt, then go for the setup. In all likelihood.
Monk has to not get caught.
Gushwei needs to not die either. Goes back up onto the high ground. Healing coming through. Nano not forced out yet. EMP at the ready. Easy Han pulls the trigger on it, and Langsa just disappears. And Anti out on the Vinham, but now with Leaf gone, there's just not enough damage to try to find that kill. Easy Han will stay alive. The Nano is in, but Gushwei will eventually fall or have to make his exit. As we go ahead, get the counter flip back into the Dynasty's favor. The OT leading down. Can anyone get the touch? The answer is going to be yes. Shy able to find it. Will be forced to translocate away as Vinham is very quick to go ahead and keep him honest, and then no one else can follow up. 147% Dynasty. They take the opening round of City Center.
I think the critical mistake there was you see Monk putting the Nano onto Gushwei. Normally that would be fine, but up against an EMP, maybe Spark did not expect the EMP from Easy Hunt. But the EMP likely comes down to a member like Lingsa, or it just goes solo onto Monk, and Monk has to consider that if it does go to Lingsa, he has to save the Nano for Lingsa instead. So we look at this Prophet early situation. That's how he got Shy down. He comes in for the alley-oop onto an escaping Monk that had no shot of living here either. And we talked about, by the way, Easy Han being extremely slippery on New Queen Street. Didn't die for 10 minutes straight. The first round of City Center, also 0 deaths.
Pretty damn slippery. So now we go forward here into University.
They're not going to play Brawl. Okay, well,
just going.
A different strategy then. Or rather the same strategy, but different to my expectation.
Firm handshake, gentleman's agreement, it would seem. Gushwei and Velasria both receiving those anti-nades off the rip.
I think Spark, they definitely don't want to play a Brawl matchup. So that's obvious on their end. Dynasty will accept.
Just hovering around the flanks here, trying to build up towards that pulse. Neck and neck right now with Leap. Velasria down low. Gushwei as well, getting punished just a bit here as Prophet slides in behind, looking for that elimination. Has to pull off, get that mini pack to keep himself in the fight. So far, kill not found on either side. The point not capped. The neutral continues, but now, as I say that, Langs are going to be taken out, but Vinham quickly traded. So now, break for break. Both teams operating a member down. Hangzhou Spark through the point long enough to go ahead and get that cap, but how long is it going to last? Prophet eliminated, but now Monk dead, and that's all the support's gone. Velasria taken out. Pulse Bomb comes in from Lee, but can he occupy this long enough? Sit with the join back in here from Gushwei, though they should be able to hold it.
Camp will go strong for Hangzhou Spark. This time they get the early lead, but it's Easy Han again with the EMP lead. And that's the big thing. Our Spark are ready for this one. They've been caught by the EMP multiple times now. Don't expect it to come through this early. What you don't expect is often likely what ends up happening. Here he comes.
Being ready to come back through, they get it. 3/4 of the way there. EMP into the side room. Lengths are taken down. Easy Han does eat that Ansi, but he's not really concerned about his life. Right now, he's just looking to inflict as much damage as he possibly can. This is the one kill found. Points still not into their control. How much more is going to be invested here as the Nano goes across? We're on to Leaf once again. Gushwei as well, primal rolling. Leaf, or sees that translocate, or that recall rather. Himself alive for a little bit longer, and Shine coming back does find Velasria, taking him down. Final unable to be committed here into the fight now. And boost used from Krillin goes over towards Vinham. He's going to be slept, stunned, killed off, and starts slipping out of the hands here of the Dynasty. They never got control.
Well played. I mean, that was even with Spark being one down. They nanoed leave of all players. The Seoul Dynasty, as you mentioned, yeah, they couldn't move that one forward. Velasria unfortunately couldn't primal because he was the EMP that's all instantly burned down by Shy. So now we're looking at a very dominant lead for the Hangzhou Spark, and still waiting for more resources to come online for the Seoul Dynasty.
Profit not finding the opener that they want. And then keep Belstria sustained. Primal right now, the only ult that they have at their disposal. We'll find Langston for his trouble, diving into the back. Still holds onto the ultimate here. Profit chasing, trying to get the kill here onto Leave, but Leave manages to tuck in. Grabs that mini pack, recalls out. They'll just go ahead and go their separate ways. Point finally in control of the Dynasty, though, as a pause is going to be called. And Profit seems a bit surprised.
Mic issues.
Could be.
Belstria called for the pause. Right, well. Interesting game so far. It's like another fun fact.
Yeah, always. You don't have to.
Absolutely. EasyHunt still hasn't died, but there's another player that also hasn't died yet. It's a bit weird to mention for the first round because Spark lost, and I was like, well, that's kind of strange that he didn't die. But now that we're 94% plus on University, plus however amount of percent that we got on City Center, Gushui also hasn't died as a tank player.
Really?
On 1.5 rounds. Yeah.
That seems...
I thought...
That seems impossible.
He probably, given how badly Spark kind of lost on City Center, you would think he would have been dead at some point, but no, he didn't die.
I mean, he was zoned away at the end of City Center. We saw him, having to make his exit. The tag came in from Shire Leave. They got the touch, and then they had the
He's like, Kushui's like, I ain't touching. I'm stat padding. I'm not touching.
Maintaining that KD. Certainly intriguing to hear that one, but power to him.
I would have imagined he would have died by now because it's been another 90-something%, so.
Okay, looks like everybody is good to go. And just like a minor issue within the game itself, but nothing that affects the current standings. So we'll go right back into it here. Dynasty in control, but quite a ways to go if they want to be able to close this out with the 2-0. Sean going to be noted. I mean, he's not even really playing with any ambiguity. He's just right out in front. Well, Easy Han might have been actually noted there. Yeah. Seems like Leave knows roughly where he was. He's looking for the setup here onto Monk. EMP goes through, the dive comes in. Profit, Johnny on the spot, binds it. It's 3 quick kills. As Shy and Langs are also going to fall to the wayside. EMP committed. Dynasty maintaining control. Get a little late cleanup on the Leave as well to boot. So they will go ahead and continue moving up, but still 50-something odd % behind just about. Get ready
it's good movement from EasyHunt. He just kind of slips past Leave, doesn't get detected there. Finds the back line, instant connection. Belastria dives on an EMP expended, and that is a flawless dive from the Seoul Dynasty, and they'll need a few of those if they can. However, they have to defend up against the EMP. Now Shy on board, and he wants Belastria.
Oh, but they can't kill him before the Primal comes into play, so Belastria popping that one. Keeps himself alive and in the mix of things. Not really going to be able to juggle either of those people off the side of the map, but still looks to go ahead and recontest against Kushui, who's now also going to be nanoed up. Bump from Profit off screen, not finding anything, and Lee hounds him down, comes away with that elimination. Man out into Belastria on the back end of the Primal. Kushui still holding on to his own Primal here as Belastria could be put down to bed. So back through. The counter flip comes in. Dynasty not playing onto the point. The pulse took out Belastria. Now it's in control, and no one's going to contest. No one is going to be able to touch. It's 173% to extend us all the way to Garden.
Yeah, wow. Backwards, or what I was imagining this, because, I was kind of thinking from my POV that this would have been the dominant map for the Seoul Dynasty. Apparently not. Dive looking good from the Hangzhou Spark there. The early leads on control maps just doing wonders. So here we go. Final map. Final round.
Don't worry. I'll keep our medic.
Or the same, and no clear defining winner here because Seoul Dynasty looked much better on City Center playing a mirror. Hangzhou Spark looked much better on University playing the same mirror. I will say the one thing that has impressed me about Seoul, though, that has been consistent on this map is the EasyHunt Sombra factor. It's been leading Shy in most of the EMPs.
He's been absolutely huge here for the squad. Really hack on a good way, but he's actually safe here on the high ground. Leaps down to go ahead and continue this contest against Belastria, and with the help of Leave, they take him out. Sleep Dart, however, does find Leave. Can they capitalize for the kill? The answer is going to be yes. Profit arrives, immediately helps find that one. Still occupying the point are the Hangzhou Spark. Seoul Dynasty now need to push forward here. We'll be able to keep this contested as Profit goes down low, force a recall out. But just looking to hold the front lines, deny that access
No cap yet.
onto the likes of Monk and Lynx. And like you said, no cap, but as you say it, it does actually end up coming through. Hangzhou Spark once again now in control right off the rip. After the easy hunt, a little lower and lower. Sleep dart from Monk, not going to connect on the Prophet, so he's still going to have free reign. Go ahead and harass that back line as much as he possibly wants. That pulse bomb now nearly online. Leap being out of the fight means that Prophet takes a monstrous lead, swings the corner, assists against Bellisry to take down Gushway. Now Monk is gone as well. And so we'll get cleaned up with Prophet managing to find 3. Looking for more, that's going to be the 4th. This lead will also fall. And Finheim will be able to take the kill away from him, so can't quite get the 5-peat, but still, I think he's not going to be too concerned about it.
Yeah, I think for Seoul Dynasty, no time for any funny business there. Get the final kill fast as you can. Whoever gets it, doesn't matter, get the flip. That's the most important thing there. So with Hangzhou Spark getting the early 27, they're not going to be running away with the early lead as we saw on the previous round of University. Prophet just doing God's work there. 4K, insane stuff. First ultimate online was his pulse bomb, didn't even need to have been used.
All burned.
And with that, by the way, Gushway has finally died.
Oh, good point. A lob in there for Prophet, not going to find the 6, so can't get that elimination that they would love to have here right off the rip. In and out over to Gushway. He's got the primal online as well. Rally pop from Vinheim, gets a quick shield bash there onto the Winston, just trying to peel off. Meanwhile, Bellisry diving on the opposite side of the map. Bailey manages to get that primal off. Puts it to immediate use. Hoping to take down Langset. Now looking for a little bit more here. Shy desperately trying to escape, but it's got nowhere to go. The translocator was set up so shallowly. Rather, he just had to toss it right then. They look for a little bit more. Quick zaps off the jump. Ults are there for the side of the Hangzhou Spark, but Dynasty way out in front.
Dynasty feeling good about that particular win. If they can defend versus this now, Spark, smorgasbord of ultimates. First one out, first one missed. First one that would be Dynasty happy to see go sideways.
Anti on the 2.
It's in Byron from Krillin as well.
Yeah, leave. Lower and lower, rallying out in. Langza trying to keep them in the mix of things here. Prophet building up another pulse bomb nearly online for him. Bellisry falling low and he bonks his head on the way out. Ends up getting punished, and that's going to be the flip there. Hangzhou Spark once again in control. Slipdart not going to connect us. See Krillin and Vinheim just desperately trying to backpedal over here towards the spawn room doors. So they will be able to do so. Gushway has to exit. One more tap. Want to finish him off. That would have been a monstrous punish, but they can't quite get it.
Oh god, Krillin had the chance to get real nasty there, but unfortunately just not enough damage. Gushway lives by a sliver, and that, oof. I think Seoul Dynasty would have had a case for a strong retake if Gushway dies. Gushway as well, he was really playing with his life because the primal was there. He didn't want to use it for good reason. Now Spark can look for an opportunity to get this fight going with the nano as well.
Again, just looking to keep them busy. You should see that translocator, the traces there, knowing roughly where Shy is going to be approaching from, as that EMP is now online. And yeah, he's going to get found. Diving into the back lane, though. Immediately pulls the EMP, and it's going to be Krillin and Vinheim taking down the lead. About to be established here for the side of the Hangzhou Spark. Still have nearly 3 ultimates with which to try to get this win. Dynasty on this reset as we go into final fight territory for either side.
I thought Shy missed there, but it doesn't matter because Gushway comes in, they swing, and they get double supports. That's what's important. As you mentioned, it will be a final fight here. Easy Han's died a couple times now as well, so nobody is deathless as we head into a very nice situation for the Hangzhou Spark, but a good Easy Hunt EFP can still swing things around. They desperately need it.
Getting to stop this pulse bomb for finding value. Dive into the back line. Krillin going to be taking lower and lower. The rally desperately trying to keep him alive. The nano use just in case goes over the Bellisry. Gushway gets the Goomba stomp, taking out the enemy on Vinheim now. The lone healer trying to keep them in this fight. Easy Hunt, the EMP nearly there, but Prophet's going to be finished off. It's all coming to an end. It's all crumbling. Easy Hunt pulls the trigger on it, manages to find Langza. Pulse bomb out, not getting a kill. Bellisry managed to build up for that primal rage. Also finds lead. Krillin now going to be swapping over onto the Kiriko to try to join in a little bit faster. Easy Hunt, however, has to make his exit, leaving Bellisry all alone here on the point by himself. He's keeping it contested, but even then, even if they can get this flip into their favor, there's still enough time for the Hangzhou Spark to try to come back through. Krillin's in, Vinheim over now onto the Lucio. Prophet 25 HP, pops the recall. Shy going to be dealt with. Gets taken down, the flip is in. So Dynasty somehow managed to hold on. Vinheim antied out. Suzu comes in, they keep him cleansed. Somehow they're staying alive. Pulse bomb through. Gushway taken down. Vinheim able to collect the kill. 88%. The kill's still coming through. Monk is taken out. Langza falling low. If they get this kill, it could be everything. They're going to be able to find it. Vinheim pushes forward, finds the elimination. Tag onto the back. Leave contesting the point, but he's got no HP. He's going to get finished off, and I don't think that Shy, just now respawning, is going to be able to get in time. Never mind. He is here, but the translocator's gone. Oh, he can't use the EMP. Oath for time now starting to bleed down. Gushway trying to arrive. Dives forward. They look to push him back, but the focus fire is just too damn good. They burn him down. The kills come through, and I think they actually have done it, and they have. The Dynasty pulling off the win. What a hold in overtime to get them over the finish line.
And Vin Dame comes back. The golden child of the Seoul Dynasty will get his first win in 2023 with the squad that he debuted on last year. And they go straight back towards him, straight back for the neck, as the Hangzhou celebrate the win. It's been a tough season for the Seoul Dynasty. Rumors of their demise have been greatly exaggerated. This was the new blood, a little bit of old blood, that is now new blood back on the team again, re-injected for the Seoul Dynasty to give them that extra boost for the second half of the season.
Absolutely unbelievable. What a clutch. Easy Han, Belosria, being able to hold the line, keep that point contested for the longest time, getting those kills off the back of the EMP, burned in desperation, is absolutely everything for them to be able to get this win. The rest of the team comes through, and Hangzhou Spark are just too far gone. They are far too staggered to actually be able to get collected up and make a concerted push back over onto the point. That was absolutely gorgeous from the side of the Dynasty. Shades of them in the past, that playoff Prophet performance, etc.
Absolutely.
We're seeing here in this matchup. Still a ways to go, that's for damn certain, but Prophet right back into the driver's seat, right back to winning another, I believe, his second player of the match here in the second half of the season.
Before I talk about Prophet here, I just want to give a quick shout out to Belosria, who, with that final primal, really kept the team into the game because it was looking bad. It was looking like Hangzhou Spark had secured it. They won the final fight. It was looking like they won the final fight. Belosria stayed alive. He primal through, lives on half HP, allows the rest of the team to come on in and gives Prophet just enough space to get the frags, to stop the Shy EMP, who it didn't even end up coming through at the end. Started with the May, but largely today it was all about the Tracer. You're going to see all the highlights here. A double pulse bomb on Dorado. Probably not going to see any highlights from the Echo today, but that's fine. That'll be a bit of a work in progress for the Seoul Dynasty. But otherwise, as you said, Achilles, playoffs Prophet mode certainly was activated today.
I mean, I don't know. The form shown here today from Prophet, significantly lacking. I don't know what it is, when they play against the Shanghai Dragons, but for some reason it can't show up there, but it showed up here in a huge way. What a performance from him at every twist and turn. I mean, there was just times where he was just absolutely diffing Lee, shutting him down, turning his sights onto Gushue, turning his sights onto the entire back line of the Hangzhou Spark, coming away with those kills. This was a monstrous one as well. Recalling out, dodging the EMP, killing off Shy. Just moment at the moment here from Prophet. So really well-deserved player of the match for the GOAT. His 400 and what now? 402nd map win?
Yeah.
So 402, 33 away from catching up to Violet. Plenty of work to be done with not that many more matches to try to make it happen. But
not enough games left this season, I don't think. But
to go all the way through a playoff bracket and whatnot, perhaps.
Violet would have to stop playing like today. Yeah. Even then, it might not be enough. But he had a lot of. I mean, dude, Oasis, he was on fire every map. I think we looked over towards New Queen Shoot as well. Did some real magical stuff there. The amount of times where Prophet just got work done.
I mean, he was near.
Most, he shows up.
He had to have been near on that map alone. Yeah. But on that map, he had to have been near a 100% pulse bomb stick for at least the first half of that map. Because every time he had one, it was Monk going down. So it was an incredible performance from him. But much like you said, a big shout out to Belosria as well as Easy Han, who was just constantly outpacing Shy in building up those EMPs as being the two to really extend that final fight, to allow for the flip to come in, to allow for them to find their foothold and then take the win from there. So very much a group effort. Shout outs to Vinim as well for his run back, for him coming back into the squad and looking very, very good. Everyone played to their fullest, but we do of course have an interview coming up. So we're going to go ahead and hand it over to Unknown with the translation as we hear from Prophet.
프로핏 선수 승리 축하드립니다. 제 말 잘 들리시나요?
Hey Prophet, congrats on the win. Can you hear me?
네, 오늘 승리 소감 어떠신가요?
How do you feel after the win?
너무 좋네요.
Well,
I'm
really happy with the win.
지금 뭔가 에너지를 다 소진한 게 아닌가라는 생각이 드는데 오늘 심지어 400승까지 달성하셨습니다. 알고 계셨나요?
You look exhausted, and this was your 400th map win. Did you know?
네, 다시 한번 축하드립니다.
Yeah, I was notified
그
later.
영혼의 한타에 대해서 한번 말씀을 드리자면 그 오아시스 맵에서 마지막 프로핏 선수가 터치를 하셨죠.
So, we want to kind of recap on Oasis. You had the last touch, right?
아마 그랬던 것 같은데.
I
터치를
think so.
네, 터치를 하시고 나서 뭔가 정말 긴 한타가 계속해서 이어졌는데 혹시 그때 상황 기억나시나요?
And after that, it was a really long last fight.
저희
Can you
팀을
kind of
가지고
recap what was
이제
happening?
EMP 윙궁으로 이제 마지막 그거 궁이 있어가지고 그렇게 했는데 잘 들어가가지고 어떻게 역전된 것 같아요. 애들이
Yeah,
시간 잘
I don't remember clearly. I do remember that I had a pulse and I stuck it on
이어나가셨는데
Gushue, and then after that we won the fight. So I guess it was great.
하는 등 클러치 능력을 보여주셨습니다. 그때마다 어떻게 조금 부담은 되지 않으셨나요?
You were clutch on the most
근데
important
사실
moments of the game.
마지막에
Did you feel burdened a little bit?
그때 못했거든요. 마지막 한타 전 한타 때.
네.
그래서 질 줄 알았는데 그래도 제가 부착 못해도 이제 팀원들이 이겨주니까 좋았던 것 같아요.
Well, I mean, the fight before the last one, I made a little bit of mistakes, but then after that, I just got myself focused, and then I think that was how we won the game.
오늘 본인이 PO팀을 받으셨습니다. 그 서울 다이너스티에 얼마 전 살짝 로스터 변경이 있었는데 그 뒤로의 서울 분위기는 어떤가요?
So how are the vibes after the recent roster changes?
그렇게 좋진 않지만 그래도 점점 날마다 좋아지고 있는 것 같아요.
So, I mean, we're not entirely there yet, but we're getting better day by day. So, a baby steps at a time.
뷰잉 파티를 즐기기 위해서 서울 다이너스티 팬분들이 굉장히 많이 와주셨습니다. 알고 계셨나요?
몰랐어요.
Did you know that there were a lot of fans at the WDG Esports studio for a watch party for Seoul Dynasty? No, we didn't.
현장에 직접 오실 텐데 마지막으로 그 경기에 대한 각오 한마디 부탁드려요.
Tomorrow you have a LAN match with O2 Blast. Any messages to the fans?
이번 년도는 연승이 없던 것 같은데 내일 꼭 이어가지고 연승을 이어가도록 하겠습니다.
I don't think we had a consecutive win yet, but we'll definitely have it today. And that's the end of the interview. Back to you, Seth.
인터뷰 마치도록 하겠습니다.
Thank you very much. Well, Prophet, plenty to feel good about here. I start off the series, it started looking really shaky. Obviously, still things to work on when it comes down to that attack on Nambani, the Dorado as well. But Control continues to be undefeated here for the side of the Dynasty, so the fans can finally rejoice. You've got something to be happy about as they pick up that win. But we're not done yet. It's going to be a very late evening for myself and Avril here and all of us in Korea. And on this side of the earth as we have yet another series. We're going to have the Shanghai Dragons going up against Poker Face when we come back to the break, so don't go anywhere.